just arrived in Bakewell for a morning out in the town, and I thought what we'd do is do a bit of photography at the same time. Got Helen with me, she's buying lunch I think. So I just thought we'd have a walk around Bakewell and just see what there is to photograph. Just parked in the livestock car park, I think it is. £6 all day parking. Bit of a bargain. But yeah, let's see what we can photograph in Bakewell. First subject as you cross the bridge in Bakewell are these love locks, and I'm a bit worried actually because the amount that they've got on this bridge, it makes you wonder why it don't collapse. Then we've got a view of the river as well, and looking back to the bridge that, and we'll photograph that bridge later. Went down nice and low for this first shot. Here's the raw file, and focused on the Gemma and Reese padlock for no particular reason, just to give us a point of focus. And here's the processed image, lifting the shadows, putting some saturation in there, and the compression of the image really shows the volume of padlocks that are attached to this bridge. Crikey, when you walk over this bridge, it don't half wobble with all that weight on. There's a nice little tree here with blossom on. I just wondered if I could incorporate this into a shot with the weir somehow. We're going to give it a go. It probably could do with a focus stack, but it's a bit windy. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, the focus stack just didn't work, so here's the raw file that I chose to use, and then we just applied a little bit of process into this, not many movements in the sliders to give us this shot. It's okay. This next shot really demonstrates the power of a high resolution camera. So this was took at 70mm. I really needed my 200mm lens on here, but I didn't have time. So a high resolution camera enables you to crop in and still achieve a really good level of detail in the final shot. So the weather today is a little bit cloudy. We keep getting bursts of sunlight. Just having this little riverside walk at the minute, which is quite pleasant. So we've walked down to where the river curves round, and unfortunately here we've got a circus in town that's in the background, so that's not going to look pretty if we take some shots here. But this corner is quite nice. Again, there's a blossoming tree. Would be nice to get some of that blossom in a shot. Possibly not going to achieve that. Got to do a bit of walking round just to see if we can get a composition. So I did line up a composition, and we did get a burst of light, and I took the shot. This is the raw file. A couple of problems here. We've got the circus tent in the top there, and in the bottom right we've got a duck's backside poking up. So in processing we removed both of those to clean the image up, and I love the positioning of the trees in this shot, and I also like the daffodils that are making a nice piece of foreground interest there, and the daffodils really make the shot, I think. 20p for a wee, and it was cold water as well. They could put hot water in if you got to pay 20p, couldn't they? Never mind. Okay, we're walking back up from the park, back up to the Lovelock Bridge, and we're going to cross over there. Helen likes to play around with the panoramic feature on her iPhone, and here's a shot that she took whilst on the bridge, and she's got a shot of me included, and I'm taking the next pictures that you're going to see, and they're a view of the River Wye and the bridge behind. So this is the raw file that the D850 produces, and then here's the edit. Again, not many changes really, just adding lots of colour, and this is a shot from Helen's iPhone, which doesn't look bad at all. Not bad at all, that. We're on the other side of the river now, and we're going to take a shot of this very old bridge. Now, just at the side of the river, we've got this pink blossom tree, and I want to try and get a shot of that in with this bridge, and looks like it's going to be a little bit tricky. I just need to walk around a bit, see if there's another view to it. No, we need to go further the other way. And this, whoops, this is probably not going to work, because I can't quite get, if I could just get some clearance between these trees, I'd be able to get that as a shot, and I can't, unless I paddle in the water, I can't get the shot of one. And this is a shot I've took before. That's my reason to walking back to it, and never mind. Just couldn't get the shot I wanted here. I could not get a clear view of the bridge, and I couldn't bring that nice pink tree into the shot. So this was a bit of a fail. We're on the other side of the bridge now, and we're going to take a walk down this path and see what that brings us to. Well, Helen's back there taking shots with her mobile phone, and I'm travelling very light today. So I've got my smaller camera bag, I've just got my camera with my 24-70 attached, and I bought my 70-200 because when we get in the town centre, I might do a bit of street photography, because when I come to a tourist location you feel more comfortable taking shots in the street than you do in a normal city. That's the way I feel. So yeah, we might try some street photography. It's very busy today because the sun's out. It's brought everybody out, so the car parks are filling up. We'll just walk up here a bit further to see what we can get. Then we're going to go back and try and get that historic bridge, and then we'll head into the town centre. I'm getting a bit hungry actually, and I'm sure Helen is as well. We've got a weir here, a weir, just in front of us. So not sure we'll get that in, but we'll try. I lined this shot up, which would have worked if there had been more colourful flowers in the bottom there. There just wasn't enough colour for me to make the shot, so this was another kind of fail. We then went for a late breakfast, and we both had a cheese and ham toastie each and a cappuccino, and this come to £18, and it's not cheap eating out. However, the quality of the food was excellent and the service was excellent, and to be honest, if it's that good, you don't mind paying. And these establishments have got to make money, they've got to make a profit, otherwise they're just going to disappear and they're not going to be there for us to enjoy that food. So this was top notch. I know what you're thinking, is this his latest camera bag he's going to show you? No. Well, we went in this arcade, and there's a shop at the back there, a boutique shop that Helen just happens to like, and she saw this bag in there and she says, I quite like that, and yeah, she liked it. And then she saw another bag, she saw this one, and she says, I can't make my mind up. So sort of 15-20 minutes later, when we went through all the pros and cons of each one, colour, style, design, I said to her, you know what, why don't you just treat yourself and get both of them, yeah? And she did, and she was as happy as a piggy. All that shopping was very thirsty work, and we ended up going into this establishment, and good God, they've got Eddie Skelson tea there. I think we'll avoid that. I'm very much a coffee man, so a nice cappuccino topped with some chocolate bits. Very nice, very tasty. And I had a scone, or a scone, whichever way you want to say it, with some cream and some raspberry jam. And Helen had a Billy Bob Basic tea cake and a cup of tea. Cup of normal tea. £12 this, and Helen paid, bless her. Oh. Back to that bridge now, and the light was pretty awful. We'd lost most of the light, the cloud had come over, and I was still determined to get a shot. So I did a 2-shot pano, and I know most of the time we always think of panos as 4, 5, 6, 7 shots, but this worked out really nice. So this was at 70mm 2-shot pano, and I was really pleased with that, despite the light, and even got that pink trim on the right. So we did go back round to that bridge and tried to get that pinkish tree in a shot again, and still failed. But we took a few more shots, so here are 3 shots that Helen took with her iPhone 12, and she's really loving that. And I've got to say that the phone cameras have really moved on now, and they do give some very credible images. And I did do a little bit of editing on these shots, but you haven't got the same amount of latitude, I think we'll call it, as you have on a RAW file from a DSLR with the phone files. So you can't make that many changes. The sliders cannot move too far before you start overexposing the image or putting too much colour in. So I took a couple of shots as well, just around the day off, and that was it. That was our day in Bakewell. That was just a taste of what you can photograph there. I'm sure there's a lot more to capture if you go and have a wander around there, but that was our experience, and good food as well in both of those establishments that we ate in. Really good food and good service, and I think it needs to be. They need to be ahead of the game for the clients if we're going to end up paying what we're paying, and you can't blame them. They need to survive. So if you go to Bakewell, pop in and support local businesses. I think that's really important, because I want them to be there next time we go. So that's it for this video. Massive thank you for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you, really appreciate it. It's really helping the channel grow. If you're a visitor here, then just consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, there's no charge on this channel to press that button. So next video could well be a waterfall, could well be, or it's going to be the Lincolnshire coast. It just depends how the weather, because the weather's still topsy-turvy at the minute. It really is, particularly when it's my day off. It seems like when I'm at work, the weather's fantastic, and then you take a day off and it's like, boom, down it goes. So it's probably going to be, I'm finishing editing this video, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm going to go and shoot a waterfall in the Peak District. Then next Monday, the plan is to go to the Lincolnshire coast to have an interesting day on a beach. All will be revealed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.